Hi boys and girls, and welcome to the Crafty Corner. My name is Miss Lisa for the Fayette County Public Library, and you are watching another episode with me to make a really cool craft. All right, today we are going to be making this rocket that actually moves across space. Whee, 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 there it goes. It's flying through space really fast and up to the moon. All right, so come into the library and grab a packet, and I will show you what's in it. First of all, you're going to have some black paper. You're going to have a little cutout rocket, you're going to have some string, you're going to have some little squares of construction paper, some stars, you're going to have this little round circle. Please don't lose that. And you've got a moon, okay? So you got all this really cool stuff. For this project, you are going to need a hole puncher and some masking tape, as well as either crayons or markers. So keep that in mind. The moon is the first thing I'm going to start with, and you can color it, leave it white, and just color the craters a dark gray if you want, or you can just color the whole thing, you know, a gray or whatever. Hopefully you're not going to make a moon purple. I'm just going to shade over it just a little bit to give it a little bit of color. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, and get that part out of the way, and go ahead and trim out the moon so that we can glue it down. So we're going to be gluing some paper to paper, so just a glue stick will work with that. After we throw our trash away. So we want the moon to be in one of the corners so that our rocket can fly by it, so don't stick the moon in the middle. Okay, that's an important thing to remember with this. So make sure you get the edges as you glue that. I'm just going to stick the moon up in that corner there. All right, our next thing, we need to work on our rocket. So I'm going to make it a very beautiful color. So let's go with orange. That's nice and bright. And I am just going to start coloring my rocket ship. I guess I could stripe it or something else too, give it lots of colors, but you decide whatever color. Bright green rocket ship, purple rocket ship, reds, I don't know. Yellow, you decide. And again, boys and girls, I would love to see your rocket ship project. So have an adult take a picture, post it in the comments. I would love to see it. Now you notice that there are some holes on this rocket ship, and we're going to fill those in just a minute. So that's why we have some extra little paper in your packet today. Now, this is the fire that bursts out of a rocket to give it the speed to go off into space. So fire is a combination a lot of times of red and orange, and so I'm going to trim my fire here with some red. Then I'm going to give it a little orange, and that very center piece that's been cut out, because I've given you a cricketed version of a rocket ship, we're going to put yellow in there. So here's a little bit more orange. You decide how you want to make your fire. This, I'm going to turn it over, and we need just a little bit to be glued there. So I'm just going to cut myself a small little piece right there, just enough to cover up that hole. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue stick around my fire there and glue that there. So then when you turn it over, voila, the fire is already done because you've put that there. This little hole here, we've given you some red paper to make that hole red. So whatever, if you have other color construction paper at home and you don't want a little red circle on your rocket ship, by all means, do whatever color you want. Now, this circle is what's a little tricky. So that's the manhole. Now you could just put the blue on there, but I think it actually looks a little better if you put the circle on there. And so since my rocket ship is orange, I'm going to go ahead and quickly color this orange too so that it all looks the same. And then we're going to put that so that the astronauts that are inside the rocket ship will be able to see out. So what we want to do is glue this circle in the middle of this blue paper. So I put glue on that circle, and then I'm going to lay it down. And then here's the little bit of a tricky part. You're going to want to put probably some glue, I would think, here on the blue paper. And yeah, just on that outside edge. And then glue this down. And if we have any sticking out, because you see here some of the blue sticking out, we can just turn that over and then trim that off. How's that? There we go. All right, so our rocket ship is almost done and made. You could put some words on there if you want it to be from the US of A. You could put that on there. All right, so we need some stars. So just put those on there. And remember, don't put it right here in the middle because this is where our rocket ship is going to zoom across the space. All right, and here's where it gets a little tricky, and you're probably going to need some help. You're going to want to take your hole punch and stick your hole puncher in as far as it can go. So you have about an inch here. Try to find about right across the paper here. If it goes a little diagonal, that's okay. All right, so we have that. Now we have our yarn. And we are going to string our yarn through our holes. Like that. We're going to turn it over. And we're going to tie it. And I have way more than I need. Now you don't want it super tight, but you don't want it too loose either. So there's a little bit of a balance here you have to figure out, because this is what you're going to move back and forth in order to move your rocket once we place it on the string. So I'm going to go ahead and tie that. Okay, see, I've almost made it too tight. There it goes. It's a wiggling. Go ahead and cut some of that extra off. Now, all we have is a string going through space. That's not good enough yet, is it? So we want our rocket ship on that string. So what we're going to want to do is sort of turn our rocket ship over underneath the string, get some tape, and I have masking tape here. Probably any kind of tape will work. This tape is coming off in different, like it's old. All right, so we're going to stick that on there. Pull a little bit more, stick it there. And I pull a little bit more, stick it up there. I have a little bit of tape sticking off the edge of my rocket. We don't want that showing, so we'll need to trim that off. Okay, then we turn it over, and there's our rocket ship. And so then you reach your hand behind, and you pull your string. Whee! And the rocket ship goes off into space. Yay! Very cool. I like this project. I think it's cool. I like to make things that move and things that we can play with. All right, boys and girls, what do you think? I love my rocket ship. And we're going to come and blast off into space and go visit the moon. And we do have books at the library about rockets if you're interested. Some things that are fictional, like this one, and some things that might have some facts in it, like this one. Thank you so much for watching me here at the Crafty Corner. I've enjoyed showing you how to make this rocket ship. Please come down and pick up a packet and make your very own. Come again next week. I'll have another craft just for you. Thanks for watching. Bye now.